If you're a fan of classic Western television shows, then you're no doubt familiar with Gunsmoke and the unforgettable character of Festus Haggen. Played by Ken Curtis, Festus was a lovable and quirky deputy who stole the hearts of viewers with his unique drawl and folksy charm. But what you may not know is that Ken Curtis has a fascinating life outside of his iconic role on Gunsmoke. From his early days as a singer with the legendary Sons of the Pioneers to his later years as a successful businessman and philanthropist, Curtis lived a life full of adventure and accomplishment. In this article, we'll take a closer look at the wild life and final days of Ken Curtis and explore the legacy he left behind both on and off the screen. Ken Curtis, the beloved actor who played Festus Haggen on the classic Western television show Gunsmoke, was born Curtis Wayne Gates on July 2nd, 1916. He was the youngest of three boys and grew up on a ranch on Muddy Creek in eastern Bent County, Colorado. For the first 10 years of his life, Curtis lived and worked on the ranch, learning the ways of the land and the animals that roamed it. But in 1926, his family moved to Las Animas, the county seat of Bent County, where his father, Dan Sullivan Gates, ran for sheriff. The family settled into their new home in Las Animas, and Curtis quickly adapted to his new surroundings. He attended school and made new friends, all while learning more about the world beyond the ranch. In 1931, Dan Sullivan Gates was elected sheriff of Bent County, and the family's home became the center of law enforcement for the area. The jail, which was located on the grounds of the Bent County Courthouse in Las Animas, would later be preserved for its historical significance. Ken Curtis, known for his role as Festus Haggen on Gunsmoke, was a multi-talented individual who excelled in sports, music, and acting. Curtis grew up in southeastern Colorado and attended Bent County High School, where he was a standout football player and played clarinet in the school band. After graduating from high school in 1935, Curtis went on to serve in the United States Army during World War II from 1943 to 1945. Following his military service, Curtis enrolled at Colorado College with the intention of studying medicine. However, his passion for music soon took over, and he left school to pursue a career as a singer. Curtis started singing professionally with the Dorsey Band in 1941 and even had the opportunity to replace Frank Sinatra as the band's vocalist until Dick Haymes took over the role in 1942. Curtis continued to perform as a singer while also transitioning into acting. Ken Curtis, the talented actor and musician, met his first wife, Lorraine Page, while working at Universal Studios. The couple tied the knot in 1943 and began building a life together in the entertainment industry. For much of 1948, Curtis hosted and performed as a featured singer on the popular country music radio program World's Original Jamboree. His smooth vocals and folksy charm made him a hit with audiences across the country. In 1949, Curtis joined the legendary Sons of the Pioneers as a lead singer. He quickly became a fan favorite, delivering memorable performances of classic songs like Room Full of Roses and Ghost Riders in the Sky. Columbia Pictures recognized Curtis's talent and signed him to a contract in 1945. He went on to star in a series of musical westerns with the Hoosier Hotshots, playing singing cowboy romantic leads that captured the hearts of audiences everywhere. Through his music and acting career, Curtis continued to make a name for himself in the entertainment industry. He remained a beloved figure for years to come, thanks to his innate talent and his ability to connect with audiences on a deep emotional level. Ken Curtis's second marriage would not only bring him love and companionship, but also a connection to the world of film. He became the son-in-law of the renowned film director John Ford, who would go on to work with Curtis on several projects. In the movie Rio Grande, Curtis teamed up with Ford and John Wayne, playing a singer in the fictional band The Regimental Singers. While he was not listed as a member of the principal cast, it's possible that he also played a bit part in the film. Regardless of his role, Curtis made a lasting impression on audiences, particularly in his other collaborations with Ford. Curtis's memorable roles in Ford's films included Charlie McCory in The Searchers, The Quiet Man, The Wings of Eagles, and The Alamo. He brought a unique energy and charisma to each character, solidifying his reputation as a talented and versatile actor. In addition to working with Ford and Wayne, Curtis also starred alongside Henry Fonda, James Cagney, and Jack Lemmon in the classic Navy comedy Mr. Roberts. With each project, Curtis continued to hone his craft and cement his place in the annals of film history. Ken Curtis, known for his role as Festus Haggen on Gunsmoke, was a multi-talented artist who dabbled in various fields of entertainment. Apart from his successful acting career, Curtis also produced two low-budget monster films, The Killer Shrews and The Giant Gila Monster in 1959. In the film adaptation of Louis L'Amour book Conager, Curtis starred opposite Sam Elliott as an aging cattleman. He also guest starred 5 times on the Western television series Have Gun and Will Travel with Richard Boone. Curtis's versatility as an actor was evident in his appearances on Gunsmoke, where he played cowhand Phil Jakes in the season 4 episode Jayhawkers. Apart from Western roles, Curtis also guest starred as circus performer Tim Durant in an episode of Perry Mason called The Case of the Clumsy Clown. With his range of talents, Curtis proved to be a versatile artist and a great addition to any production. Curtis had a memorable appearance in the Western television series Death Valley Days in 1964. He played the role of Mule Skinner Graydon in the episode Graydon's Charge, which also starred Denver Pyle and Kathy Lewis. However, Curtis is best known for his portrayal of Festus Haggen in Gunsmoke, the scruffy, cantankerous, and illiterate deputy who served alongside Marshal Matt Dillon. Festus held the role for 11 years, appearing in a total of 304 episodes, which is the longest tenure for any of the show's deputies. Curtis made a guest appearance on O'Connor's National Broadcasting Company program, In the Heat of the Night, as a retired police detective. He returned to television a decade later, appearing in the short-lived Western series The Yellow Rose, where he acted in most of his scenes with Noah Beery Jr. Curtis's final acting role was in the television production Conager, 1991, based on a book by Western author Louis L'Amour, where he portrayed the character of aging cattle rancher Seaborn Tay. In 1966, Curtis married Tori Connolly, and they remained married until his death in 1991. Curtis had 2 stepchildren from his marriage to Connolly. In his later years, Curtis lived in Clovis. It was a sad day for fans of Ken Curtis when news broke that he passed away in his sleep from a heart attack on April 28, 1991, in Fresno, California. He was survived by his wife Tori Connolly and 2 stepchildren. After his death, Curtis was cremated and his ashes were scattered in the Colorado Flatlands, a place he had loved. It was a fitting final resting place for a man who had spent much of his life on the plains, bringing to life the characters of the Wild West on both the big and small screens. The news of his passing was met with sorrow from fans and colleagues alike, who remembered Curtis as a talented actor and a warm and generous person. His legacy lived on through his many memorable performances, and he remained an icon of the Western genre long after his death. Goodbye, Ken Curtis. Your memory will always be cherished by those who knew and loved you.